Welcome to Sam Rayburn Reservoir. This is stop number 2 in the 2018 season of the Texas Team Trail, presented by Cabela's. Stop number 1 was on Toledo Bend, and it was won by one of the greats, bass fishing legend Harold Allen.
John, we got some pretty adverse conditions, buddy. Rain all day long, hopefully no wind, maybe a little bit of thunder, lightning midday. We're fishermen, buddy. We're here. We're not in the clubhouse sipping Bloody Marys. We're here. Just hope the old fish do what they've been doing. We're either going to do pretty well or we're going to do pretty bad. But hey, we're going out there. Okay? Thanks, man.
We've got over $135,000 on the line. It's raining, but nobody cares. This is the Texas Team Trail, presented by Cabela's. Sam Rayburn Reservoir, one of the premier bass fisheries in North America. But conditions have been tough this year. Cold temperatures and low water have the fish in a flux, but reports are that things are changing.
The lake is super healthy. Even though it's down a little bit, there's grass in places I've never seen it before. It's an exciting time for Sam Rayburn.
It's the best bass lake in the United States. I mean, it's fabulous. I think the fish are going to cooperate this weekend, and we're going to see a lot of good sacks.
It's taking 30 pounds or more every weekend, and it's almost, some of the guys are just catch one big one here, one big one there, just go fishing, and that's not my game plan. My game plan is get on some little ditches, some points, and try to catch them coming in. But the biggest deal, a lot of those fish are already in, so I might have to go up there and join the crowd and get on the dirt and just take a swim jig and a trap and go to work.
Checking the Cabela's forecast, we're looking at rain all day. Air temps will hover in the 60s and water temps are averaging 55 to 60. We've got heavy storms in the area this week, and after a long, cold winter, the bite is improving.
Got some crazy weather coming in. The weather's been really up and down lately in the last couple of weeks, so it's kind of got the fish doing different things. So we're just going to kind of play it by ear and see how it goes.
It's supposed to be pretty nasty tomorrow. Storms, rain. I don't think the wind's supposed to blow very bad. We practice in some pretty nasty weather, and we still caught fish, so we're pretty confident we can put them in the boat.
We'll kick off tournament coverage with the team of Seth Kelm and Mike Jones. It's early, they've got a pattern going, and fish in the live well, but size is definitely an issue.
We got to have 5 before we can call. Last week they weren't this small, so now I'm nervous. He's an ugly little guy.
We're thinking it's going to be on a deep dike, bigger baits, heavier jigs. Our plan is just kind of start light, get a limit to get the monkey off our back. One of us is going to throw a limit bait, the other one's going to throw a big bite bait. Just in the last couple weeks, water's come up almost 10 degrees. I mean, it's been 45 degrees, and last week it got up to 53, 54 degrees and then dropped again. We're sitting at 52 degrees now. Just in the past week, a big wave of fish have moved up. There's going to be a lot of fish caught shallow today. But when we go shallow, we can't find any big fish. Our practice, all our big fish have been deep. Right now we're fishing a underwater point, just a staging point before they go move up into these coves. We're banking on the big fish haven't moved all the way up yet, but I've heard reports that they have. So, but there's going to be wave after wave coming in, so I don't think we're going wrong by no means of staying deep today.
Well, we're off to a wet start, but stay with us. We've got a lot of tournament coverage ahead from Sam Rayburn Reservoir, stop number 2 of the 2018 season of the Texas Team Trail, presented by Cabela's.
A lifetime. It's spent learning, enduring, and growing. Day after day, season after season. As an outdoorsman, your pursuit is tireless. And at Cabela's, ours is too. We design, refine, and deliver durable, purpose-built products that you can trust your season with. If our name's on it, it's priced right every day and built for seasons to come.
Lucas Oil Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Outboard Engine Oil will not only produce a level of confidence with each trip to the lake, but will provide trust backed by rigorous testing on the track as well as on the water. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil has an extensive additive package that will provide clean burning, smooth running, and maximum performance stability to any outboard on the market today. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil will not void your manufacturer's warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine Products. Lucas Oil, it works.
The Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's is brought to you in part by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. And by Lucas Oil, it works. Welcome back to stop number 2 for the 2018 season of the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's. We've launched 295 boats this morning. Due to conditions, this is a trailered event and the forecast isn't looking any better, as heavy rain is predicted all day. Getting back into tournament coverage, this is the team of Riley Rathman and Brandon Doerr. They're collegiate anglers, fishing for Drury University. In fact, we've got a handful of collegiate anglers down, fishing the TXTT as a practice day for the Cabela's Collegiate Bass Fishing Series Texas Lunker Challenge launching tomorrow morning.
That was big.
Making the trip from Springfield, Missouri, it was an all-night drive for these two. But they're excited for the opportunity to put their skills up against one of the strongest fields they've ever faced.
300 boats, that's a lot of people, and I know this event, there's a lot of sticks in this, so hopefully we can make a good showing.
When we pulled in, I actually told him we get to play with the big boys tomorrow, so we're excited about it.
Working towards a limit, Riley and Brandon are throwing rattle baits in Rayburn Red. If you're new to the game, it's a classic lure for grassy lakes this time of the year.
We've been fishing it just right above the grass. Every now and then you'll get hung in the grass. There's a few clumps sticking up where you'll get hung up. But yesterday we were fishing them pretty fast, and today we've slowed down a lot from what we were doing yesterday, and that seems to be helping us a little bit. So it's just kind of tricky. Yep. A little better. Whew. A little better.
Moving on, this is Cedric Jackson and Dominic Puyard. They finished inside the top 60 at Toledo Bend, and with an early limit in the live well, they're hoping for an even better finish here on Rayburn.
Just catching a bunch of fish, just no size. Just need some kicker fish. Can't seem to find them today.
Yeah, we've called probably, what, 4 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're catching numbers. It's just, now we're looking for size. We got one female in there. She got a big stomach, so they moving up. They just, I'm not sure if it's because of the water being low. There you go. They seem to be more in the middle than on the bank. Yeah, he's good. Another buck. Yeah.
For some, it's a tough day, but we're hearing reports of a couple of monster bags in the works. After all, this is Sam Rayburn. Sit tight. There's more from the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's coming up. We'd like to give a big thanks to the Texas Team Trail network of boat dealers. If you're in the market, we ask you to please support those that support the TXTT.
For 50 years, Ranger has led the way in innovative, high-performance designs, and we're raising the bar again with a bold new flagship line. the Ranger Z Comanche L Series. These rigs are custom crafted with a passion for perfection and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver domination at every level. The next generation Ranger L Series. Celebrate a legacy 50 years in the making.
Quiet, you sons of fishes! Now, what?
I'm switching sonar.
Why?
Because now I can see fish swimming live in front of my boat. I even see fish attack my lure. Y'all's sonar is just history. I'm out.
I'm with him.
The Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's is brought to you in part by Cabela's. It's in your nature. Evinrude, spend more time on the water. Triton Boats, we take America fishing. By Garmin, fight your fish, not your fish finder. Welcome back to Sam Rayburn Reservoir in the piney woods of East Texas. Getting back into tournament coverage, this is Jared Dean and Brent Johnson, both from Huntington, Texas.
Getting up here where the grass gets thick. We had a plan to come here for, I don't know, an hour or so and then head down the lake, but with all this fog, might be better just to stay here for a while, so. There we go. He's a little dank.
Hey, you want swinging?
Yeah.
He's on 5 anyway.
Barely. That'll work. Well, filled out the limit, so now we can, I guess I can put my measuring stick up because that's not gonna do us any good. And now we just need to expand on this. And like I said, normally the fish are a little bit deeper in the guts, but that one was probably 3 foot of water or something. So we got our limit, but we need to upgrade pretty much all 5 of them. So we'll see what happens.
They've got a limit. Now it's time to go to work. Moving on, this is Rusty Clark and Corey Rambo. They're fishing the conditions, dragging soft plastics. They've got a limit, but so does everybody else.
We started off pretty good. We put in up the lake since they, called a trailer. And we had one spot kind of out from the edge of the river there that had a little point that ran out that we probably caught, I don't know, probably 30 fish there this morning. I think we probably got about 15 pounds. We fished them for about 2 hours and come down here, maybe try to get a little bit bigger bite. We're gonna fish our way back. We hadn't tried to go up real shallow. Seemed like it was easier for us to get bit deeper today, so we just end up trying that so far. It's about 11 o'clock, and we got a couple of spots. We caught a couple of nice fish yesterday, later in the day, and we're just gonna hit them on the way back in. But I think this fog and rain has changed everything for everybody. So, I mean, it's gonna change, I think, the outcome overall because of the conditions.
This is James Davis and Melvin Dunn. They've been a fixture on the bass circuit for many years now.
Well, we got a little limit. We started early this morning, hoping to get some fish early on over the grass, swimming rattle traps and swim baits and swim jigs and all of that kind of stuff, and it just didn't pan out. And so we just came out here to fish a little deep and try to drag over some structure with Carolina rigs and crankbaits. And as soon as we got out here, we started catching a few fish. Had 5 in probably an hour or so, but no big ones yet. Had one that I thought was a good fish. You know, it bit like a big one, but it pulled off and hung me in the brush. And I ended up having to break it off.
I don't know if we want to put that one on camera. I don't think he's gonna make the cut.
Let me tell you what this little deal is and what I like about this area. Okay, this area that we're fishing out here, the whole creek is called Harvey Creek. And Harvey Creek is historical for being one of the areas on Sam Rayburn that the fish move up in first. And so what my deal was is I kind of chose to idle and look for channel swings where the channel, the creek channel swings closer to like shallow areas. And that's what we sitting here fishing. One on me right now. There he is. And he pulled off.
Well, it was almost good.
It was almost good.
I get him for you.
Get him.
Keep talking.
Yes, sir. But what it is the creek channel makes a swing, and it comes up to a little hump that comes up to about 12 foot. And we're pulling it off of that 12 foot, and it just so happened God put a tree right there on the edge of that little bill right there. And when you pull it over that tree, sometimes you get a bite, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes they bite you and you don't get to hook them, like that one just did.
And those are spawning flats.
And the spawning flats close by, so the fish will pull out in these deeper areas when you get a cold front come up, and then when the weather get warm and fair, they just push back up on those shallow flats and go to doing what they naturally do this time of the year.
It's getting late in the day, and with time becoming a factor, we've got one last stop, and that's with Keith Hansen and Stan Hall.
Right now we have probably about 11, 12 pounds and feel like we're going to need about 7 or 8 more pounds in order to even come close to getting the check.
There he is. God dang about
and it's keeper.
I don't think he'll do any good.
That's all right. Bring him here. There we go. Like I said, he won't help.
That's what we're catching.
That's what we're catching.
Let me hand this to him.
I don't think
it's going to.
Nah, he won't help. He won't help any.
He just kind of gave it that little chug. I felt him, and wasn't a lot of meat on him, but it was something better than we've been having going on the last hour. Just trying to catch it where it drops from 4 to 8 foot, and if the big ones are deeper, I hope they move up. If they're shallow, I hope the weather runs them back. So I'm just gonna fish that 8-foot line here, I guess, since I really don't know the lake and where to go from here. But you know the saying, bad day fishing is better than a good day at work. And I've retired twice, so I plan to do a lot of bad fishing.
And with that, we'll wrap up on the water coverage. Coming up, we'll head to weigh-in and crown our champions from Sam Rayburn Reservoir, right here on the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's.
TRX. The bold new family of bass boats from Triton. 7 awesome models from 18.5 to nearly 22 feet. TRX. Huge casting decks. Massive storage compartments. Extreme Triton performance. TRX. The boat for back-to-back classic champions. Ready to rocket you to the winner's circle. TRX. With Triton, having it all has never been so easy.
The Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's is brought to you in part by Nitro Performance Fishing Boats, Lowrance, Find, Navigate, Dominate, and by Mercury, Go Boldly. Welcome back to stop number 2 on the 2018 season of the Texas Team Trail presented by Cabela's. It's been a tough one today, folks. The rain kept it interesting, and the fog made it tough to move around, but it is Sam Rayburn in the early spring.
Felt pretty good. Had a couple of big ones we got off yesterday, and we lost 2 that might have broke us over 20, but probably not better than that.
It was a pretty good fishing day. We only caught about 12 fish or so, but we had like 19 pounds. Thought it was going to be a good day, but man, Sam Rayburn showed out. They caught them good.
When you put nearly 300 teams on one of the best fisheries in the country, well, you know they're going to catch them. And then when you put $135,000 on the table, things begin to get real interesting. Anglers are fishing for $85,000 in regular payout alone. There's an additional $29,000 in sponsor contingency money, including a program from our friends from Nitro Performance Fishing Boats.
Hey, just wanted to say real quick, Nitro's proud to be a sponsor with the TXTT this year. And we're offering some Nitro incentive money as well as some prize boats. So we're really excited to be involved along with Ranger and Cabela's. So appreciate you guys participating. Thank you.
Heading to the scales. Last week we introduced you to Robert and Phoebe Scott. Living in Oregon, they sold their house, quit their jobs, bought an RV and moved to Texas.
With a 5 bass limit.
Fishing their second event, they caught 5 and weighed 1846, earning them their first check on the tour.
Today was good.
Great day.
We caught some fish. We were able to cull. I ended up getting a big one for me, so that was good.
Yeah, we started with, we had a limit by, I think it was 8:30. Yeah. Had a limit of fish and started upgrading from there. And just throughout the day, they got bigger and bigger, and we sat on the same spot all day long.
Harold Allen and Matt Loescher won the last event, weighing 5 for 2058. They followed it up with a top 25 in a field of nearly 300 teams. Moving on to the top of the leaderboard, Grover Mansfield and Dale Jones sacked up 5, including one for just over 10 pounds for a total weight of 2962, earning them 3rd place and $7,000 for the day.
Well, I really didn't think we had that much going into it, but after we put them on the scales and seen that, I honestly kind of felt bad because we lost a few key fish that would have gave us a little bit more, but I'm not very happy the way it turned out.
10-16 anchored are big bass, so that goes a long way in this.
This is Brian Shook and Danny Isles.
Brian Shook and Danny Isles know this lake well, and it showed. They weighed 5 for just over 30 pounds. They locked up second, earning a check for $9,950.
Man, let's hear it for these guys.
It picked up about, maybe around 8 o'clock. We found a stretch of bank and caught 2 nice fish, and then just kept going down the lake, hitting new spots, as many spots as we could to try to catch a big one.
Look out, we got a sack of fish headed this way.
And the top spot for the day went to the powerhouse duo of Phil Marks and Tim Renault. For the call, we'll turn it over to Tournament Director Mike Hastings.
Let's see what we got. 3704, new leaders. Congratulations, guys. Hold them up real high where everybody can see them. Wow, unbelievable.
Anytime you catch 37 pounds, you feel pretty good, whether you win or not, but I'd probably have been pretty miserable if somebody beat us when we had 37 pounds, because that's just not something that happens every day.
Just a magical day. It was awesome.
With nearly a 7-pound lead over the rest of the field, Marks and Renault take home a prize package worth more than $60,000, including a brand new Ranger Z519C powered by an Evinrude outboard. Checking in on the Lucas Oil Team of the Year standings. After 2 events, Shelby Shaw and Lance Hughes are at the top of the leaderboard. Here's a look at the rest of the top 20. Guys, we came ready with better than 29 grand in contingency money, but we only paid out $9,750. That's $19,000 plus left on the table. This is free money, folks. Don't let it pass you by. For information, look us up at TexasTeamTrail.com.
It takes brains and brawn out here, your wits and know-how, and the rugged performance of the Nitro ZV18 and the Nitro ZV21. These 2 groundbreaking deep Vs and the relentless anglers who run them are turning heads and catching fish on the tournament trail. See how the Nitro ZV series is winning on northern waters. Nitro boats. Champions aren't born, they're made.
This is my spot.
Right here. My thinking spot. My fishing spot.
My spot, not yours. This is where I go. For release.
And for catch and release. Where no one can find me.
And fish can't hide from me.
This is my
spot.
And I ain't going nowhere.
The future of boating is here. Now, get all the thrilling performance of an Evinrude E-Tech G2 in the new 150, 175, and 200 horsepower.
Bass fishing's fun, but half of these tournaments is like a boat race, trying to beat everybody down the lake. And with that Evinrude E-Tech G2, it's like driving a Corvette. That thing is passing everybody.
All the best-in-class torque of the Evinrude E-Tech G2 is now available from 150 to 300 horsepower.
This is a whole nother level. The G2 is awesome.
To learn more, visit evinrude.com.
At Mercury, when something's worth doing, it's worth doing boldly. So we ran our newest engine, the equivalent of 4 times around the Earth, at wide open throttle. Because that's what it takes to help you go boldly too. Introducing the all-new V6 Mercury 4-strokes. Lighter, quicker, more efficient. Mercury, go boldly.